Eddie drove over to see Betty. When he got to her apartment at about 3:15 p.m., he saw that her car wasn't in the carport. So he wrote a note. "Hi, Betty. I love you and I miss you. Love, Eddie." He was about to tape the note onto her front door when he saw her car pull up. She walked up the stairs. Instead of the big smile, hug, and kiss that she usually greeted him with, she simply said, "What's up?" "You didn't call me back for the last 2 days, honey, so I came over to see you." He gave her the note. She opened it, read it, and put it on the kitchen table. "That's sweet," she said. She walked into her bedroom. Eddie followed her. She put her purse on the bed. Eddie tried to hug her. "I have to wash my hands," she said. When she came out of the bathroom, she told Eddie that he should go home. She said that she was hungry and tired. She was going to fix something to eat. Then she was going to take a nap. She said that she might call him later. During Eddie's entire 5-minute visit, Betty had constantly avoided his eyes. Instead of walking him out to his car, like she usually did, Betty locked her front door as soon as Eddie was outside her apartment. Liz was excited. She was going to Asia with her mom. Neither of them had ever traveled out of the United States before. They were going to fly to Hong Kong. After staying in Hong Kong for 3 nights, they would travel on their cruise ship to Shanghai and Beijing. Beijing is inland, so we have to take about a 2-hour bus ride to get there from the port. I forget the name of the port. Anyway, we're going to see the Great Wall, the Tiananmen Square, and the Forbidden City. It's going to be so cool, she told her neighbor Jane. From China, the cruise ship would go to Busan in South Korea and finally to Tokyo. From Tokyo, they would catch a flight back to Los Angeles. The trip is going to last 3 weeks. It's only going to cost us $2,800 each, if we can control our urge to shop, she laughed. "I hope your trip is more fun than mine was," said Jane. "I took a cruise to the Bahamas, but almost all the passengers got sick. I caught some kind of virus that made me throw up for almost 3 days. They gave us a discount that we could use on a future trip. Ha! No more cruising for me." "We've heard about those disasters," said Liz. "Mom and I are going to be washing our hands every 30 minutes, and we're bringing surgical masks with us." Bill wrote this letter to Mary. "We've talked on the phone and in my apartment, and now I'm writing this letter. Maybe if I put my thoughts and feelings in writing, you'll understand them better. I love you. I want to marry you. I want to be with you for the rest of my life. You are the most wonderful woman I have ever met. You are not a load. You are not a troublemaker. Yes, you have problems. So do I. And together we can solve these problems more easily than if we were apart. Problems are a part of life, but so is happiness. Let's share our problems and happiness instead of experiencing them alone. We are not a bad fit. We are a perfect match. I do not look down on you. I look up to you. I admire you. I think you are smart, brave, and independent. Don't tell me to go find another woman. I don't want another woman. I have found the perfect woman. Every day I think about your beautiful smile, your happy laugh. I think about the long walks we used to take, holding hands all the way. Remember how we used to sit on the grass in the park and watch the parrots? We were going to get married, and now you want to be just friends. Whatever I did or said that was wrong, please tell me so we can work this out. I don't want to lose you." Gary and Alma were having problems again. "But you told me it was okay to call up Carol," said Gary. "I asked you if it was okay to talk to her because it was her birthday, and I've wished her a happy birthday every year for the last 10 years. But you had already promised me that you would never call her again. You promised me that, So you lied to me. But I had forgotten that I told you that. You know that I forget things. I'm not going to argue with you. You have a memory like an elephant. But you got to believe me, I completely forgot. And more important, Carol is just a friend. No, she isn't. She's still in love with you. But I'm not in love with her. She can love me all she wants. But I'm not in love with her. I never was. Well, you say that. Maybe it's true, maybe it isn't. But the important thing is that you never know what the future will bring. You say that nothing will happen between you and her, but you don't know that for sure because you don't know the future. Yes, you're right. No one knows the future. I could fall in love with her again, and she and I might run off and get married and have 9 or 10 kids. Again? What do you mean, again? Johnny asked Dottie how her first day in her Duarte ESL class was. It was terrible, she told him. She understood little of what the Level 4 teacher said. He spoke too fast for her. She had struggled through a Level 3 class at a Monrovia school. When the teacher asked if there were any questions, she told him that she didn't understand most of what he had said. He told her not to worry. She could take the class again if she failed it the first time. She didn't want to fail it the first time, however, or any time. He gave them homework the first day, of course. They were supposed to write a 300-word essay supporting gun control. Of course, Dottie said, she could write that essay in her native language, but there was no way she could write it in English. She showed Johnny the textbook. The print was so tiny that trying to read just a few pages gave her a headache. On top of that was all the new vocabulary on each page. I'm going to drop the class, she said. She wanted to cry. When was she ever going to learn this language?